Welcome to the program, Mr. Nico Dabecco. Did I say that right, Nico?
It's Nico Dabecco.
I'm sorry, brother, but the southern accent makes me say crazy things sometimes.
That's no problem.
But you're calling from Pittsburgh, PA. You were familiar with. We had Miss Vicki Emig on at first of the show, and she talked about the Futures Cup program they used to run in the fast track. Now they're going to run it when it switches over to the Rush Racing Series. Talk to us about running with other guys who are up and coming.
I mean, the Future Cup Series, it's definitely a great series, you know. It really helps the, young kids stay involved in racing and look forward to winning something. I mean, because you're racing against, older guys and people that have a lot more experience, but, it's your age group and, everybody's about equal when you first start out.
But you guys are actually, you're in the same show as the rest of the crates, but you're just a race within a race. Yes,
exactly.
Now, is there any special race where they just let you guys run with your own series, like your own little race? Is there any kind of a crown jewel just for you guys?
Yeah, they picked 3 races out of the year. We had one at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Speedway, and we also had one at Roaring Knob Speedway, and we also had one at Sharon Speedway. And what it is it's your own race you race, and what it is like it's the Future Cup Series. It's points and all that, and if you run that and if you win it, you get double points. So, I mean, it's.
So how long have you actually been in a sheet metal race car?
This will be my 2nd year. I used to race the Young Guns 4-cylinders, which is I used to race a 1993 Chevy Cavalier, and I race the dirt late models now. So
that's pretty. Go ahead.
Did you go right from the compact to the late model?
Yeah.
See, there's another one. So there's some promise for Michael Skeens. He can go from the compact to the late model and be a champion.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Right. Now, okay, this fast track deal is kind of they've had a mix up in leadership and management. But talk to us a little bit about you guys dealing with Miss Vicki and what it's like been working with her and the Future Cup.
I mean, Vicki, she's a awesome promoter. She, this Rush Racing Series, I think, is going to go very far with her in charge of it. She did a great job with fast track and especially putting something together for the young talented drivers, for the Future Cup Series.
Now, I don't know if you were listening earlier, but starting next year, the middle of January, we're also going to have a program similar to this one, but it's going to be called the Race Report, powered by Crate Racing USA. That's going to incorporate not only the Neesmith stuff down here in the South, but we're also going to include everybody under the Rush umbrella. So what does it mean to you as a young driver to know that you're going to have just that much more marketing and PR that can help promote your name?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's nice winning a championship that, you worked hard for all year and you finally achieved it.
Is that what you guys, honestly, it's your 2nd full year. Obviously that you're trying to win the Futures Cup, but were you guys looking for more than just the Futures Cup, or was that pretty much the goal?
No, we were looking for Future Cup, and we were definitely looking for feature wins.
All right, well, give me the winning moments of the year when you knew that you had this thing. When did you realize it?
I realized it after about September. I realized that I had it locked up. I had a pretty, I had a gain on everybody around 50 points. And if I was just running every week and getting top 5 finishes and winning, then I knew I had it locked up.
Is there a moment this year that you learned something? And what I mean is racing with the older guys and the most experienced. Is there a certain point where you notice something somebody may be doing and it helped you?
Yeah, just watching the fast track drivers and all that, it really helps you to learn, and just by watching them to be smooth and consistent.
So moving forward, are you guys allowed to run the Futures Cup next year? Is this your last year in it? What's the rules and regulations when that comes to that?
Well, I can't run it anymore since I won the championship, but I believe the drivers that run it this year can run it again. I'm not too sure about it, but I know I can't run it again.
So I get this question all the time. I try to explain to guys. They ask me. So you came from driving a front-wheel drive car, which I've never driven a front-wheel drive car on dirt, but I'm going to assume that's got to be close to maybe like a street stock or something, with the exception it drives with the front. What's the biggest thing you had to overcome going from that small car with the front-wheel drive to, you know, a full-body car with a lot more power and with all the all the high-tech suspension stuff that you got to deal with?
It was definitely a lot different trying to get used to it. From going to a front-wheel drive to a rear-wheel drive car, it's a world of difference. Just going into the corner and how the back just comes around, and once that back comes around from a four-cylinder, you're going to spin it out. But once it comes around in a late model, that's when you just stand on it and go. And from the horsepower, it's definitely a world of difference. From I'd say probably then only having 200 horsepower to something about 450, 460, 100 horsepower is a world of difference.
And the work ethic that goes into, how much more time do you think you spend in the garage now?
We're in the shop every day of the week in a late model. Before with the Cavalier, we were always in it, just maintenance and that, but it's nothing like a late model. There's so much things you have to do to it, so much tedious stuff you have to do to it. There's just so much stuff. Because you go from, not like shocks is a big thing. Shocks from just a regular Cavalier, you don't adjust them, you don't do anything to them. With these cars, you have to take them off every week, clean them, check the gas pressures, and take them all apart. It's definitely a world of difference with that.
Now Nico, that Bilstein and Neesmith have developed a $135 spec shock, and you don't have to do any kind of adjusting to him.
Yeah, what we do is we run the Integrita double adjustables. We run them up here. They're a good shock, and this year we're going to try some different stuff. Chassis builders and about racing. The racing shocks and that. We're going to try some stuff this year, and hopefully it works. Nico's
good, Brian. He trumped my perfectly placed Bilstein ad.
That was a perfectly placed Bilstein, which I am still waiting on my new Bilstein's web.
Well, Nico, before
when do you think they're going to get here?
We'll work on it some more. But Nico, thanks for joining us here on Monday evening. Congratulations on picking up that championship. Proof that hard work and determination does pay off. Before we let you get out of here, thank your sponsors and any of the help you had over the course of the last year.
Yeah, I definitely have to thank D&T Towing out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Duckstein Contracting out of Pittsburgh as well, VIP Housing, Ingram Racing Engines, Can-Care Restoration, Rocket Chassis, Hoosier Racing Tires, VP Racing Fuels, Chunket Zero Wraps, Integra Racing Shocks. Definitely have to thank my family and fellow competitors, and also want to thank Vicky, Meg, and Mike Leon for putting together a series for young drivers to make something and make a career out of this.
Very nice, Nico. You always thank promoters. You're a promoter's dream, so good job there. Looking forward to keeping track of you in the new Rush series up that way, so make sure you race there, and maybe we'll get you back on and talk about some other victories for you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
2012 Future Cups champion out of the Fast Track Series Northeast, now the Rush Racing Series. Nico, good luck to you, and we'll talk to you down the road, brother.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Nico Dabecco.
Dude, even thank his competitors.
Yeah, see? That's class.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty classy.